What is up, fam? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, the best place for coaches, entrepreneurs, and business owners. Welcome to 2022, fam. I am so excited for this year because I am going to be bringing the absolute heat on social media. There is going to be big energy, big vibes, and big amounts of value just for you. So in today's episode, to welcome you into 2022, I am dropping the gold nuggets. Today, I'm going to teach you the exact strategies that allowed me to make $10,000 cash in the DMs without any sales calls from one Instagram story poll and a sequence of story clips that followed this one poll. So before we dive right into today's episode, as always, make sure if you love this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up, give me some love, and then if you want to subscribe to my channel, please do by clicking that big subscribe button so that you can get notifications every single week when I drop my YouTube video every Thursday. Now, as we all know, if you are a coach, a business owner, a content creator that is trying to operate their business off of social media, you would have noticed that Instagram has changed so much over the last few years, especially over the last 2 years, that it's very, very hard to keep up with the trends. It's hard to keep up with the algorithm. It's hard to keep up with high-performing, binge-worthy content. It's almost like we're like these little hamsters on a spinning wheel, and it doesn't matter how much we try, engagement is dropping, story views are dropping, likes are very minimal, comments are minimal, and it almost feels like that we're producing so much content and we're not really being seen on the internet. Now, I want to tell you that the reason why this is because social media has changed. So as content creators, as business owners, as coaches that are operating their business on social media, it's so important that we evolve with the changes, even if they are constant every single month, which feels like pretty much that Instagram and TikTok are making all of these rapid changes pretty much every month right now. So it's important that we keep up with the trends. Now, what I've come to realize is that Instagram stories have also changed. The way that people consume Instagram stories have changed. The way that people take action from Instagram stories has changed. So I spent majority of 2021 trying to figure out what was going on with Instagram stories and trying to crack the code so that my story views would increase and my amount of sales would increase and the amount of engagement would increase. So if your desire right now is to crack the codes and make more sales from Instagram stories, this episode is going to be for you because I'm going to share with you exactly how I made $10,000 cash from one Instagram story poll. Okay, so I'm going to pop up the very first Instagram story that I put on my stories. Now, what I was selling was an Instagram course. It's an evergreen course, it is self-paced, and I was doing a launch. So what I wanted to do was play around with polls and a specific sales strategy that would enable people to take action and actually purchase this course in my DMs. So my very first story that I had put up was asking a specific question to a specific problem, okay? It was very, very simple. Now, if I think about my ideal client, the number one problem that you have, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this today, is that your engagement on your stories has decreased and your story views have decreased. So I asked a specific question about a specific problem, which was engagement, that you are struggling with, and then I put a poll down below for you to engage on that was specific to the problem, right? So what I was hoping for was for people to vote on the poll. Now, I had 55 people vote to say that their engagement has been really bad. So that tells me that my Instagram course is going to be suitable for you because I'm going to teach you how to increase your engagement and your story views, right? Now, that was the very first story. The second story had to follow on from the first story, right? So the second one, I wanted to connect with you. I want it to be relatable. I want it to say like, hey, sister, I feel you. I have been in the same boat And I have been experiencing this too, even as an influencer and a content creator, a coach and a business owner. I have actually experienced this too, and I want to tell you why. So I'm being relatable, I'm connecting, and I'm also saying like, this is why, okay? So you can see on this Instagram story, I've said like, yup, I feel you, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because consumer behavior has changed. The rate that we consume content is at a much faster speed than it has ever been before. If we think about Reels and TikTok being introduced over the last couple of years, it takes 3 to 6 seconds for one video to go viral. One video, 3 to 6 seconds. An Instagram story clip is 15 seconds. So we have to focus on gaining attention faster, keeping attention, and being creative in a way that's going to have someone consume a whole 15 seconds of a story and then take action, right? So with that in mind, knowing that consumer behavior has changed, knowing that we are consuming content at such a fast, rapid speed now, we also need to adapt to that on our Instagram stories. And we now need to look at Instagram stories as high-performing content, just like Reels and like TikToks, right? So I have said like, this is why. So the second clip is about connection, relatability, and speaking to pain points. Now, the third Instagram story is about bringing awareness, okay? People don't know what they don't know, okay? As business owners and creators, we need to educate and bring awareness to a specific problem and say like, look, I know that this is where you are right now. This is why you're stuck. And it's, yes, a little bit it's a you problem, but it's also your inability to adapt to the way that things are changing on social media. So that third clip is about bringing awareness, okay? I'm saying in this, and I screenshotted a section of a caption that I had posted on my grid, and I had said, social media is changing. What was working in 2015 is no longer working in 2021. And if you want to go into 2022 with a big business, get lots of clients, make a lot of money online, well, guess what? You're going to have to adapt with the way that we are now creating content, with the way that we are now connecting with people, and you have to be able to keep up with the trends in order to be visible online. And if you don't move with the time of social media and all of the changes, you are going to be left behind. And when you're left behind, guess what? No one sees you. You're not visible, and you don't build a hot, binge-worthy buying audience that's ready to say, yes, I want to buy from you. So I'm creating awareness in this specific story, okay? Now on the fourth clip is my call to action, okay? So you can see that there's like a series and a trend that's happening right now. The first one, I've spoken about the problem, okay? The second one, I've been relatable. I've connected with you and I've said, hey, I see you, I know, and I get it, and I've felt this too. And if you notice, even on the second story, I've actually done something super strategic, and I've put another poll on that second story, because if you can gain attention and traction on one story with a poll, and then you can gain attraction on the second story with a poll, that is going to increase story views because of engagement. So, and the same amount of people were voting on the second poll. Then the third story, I've brought awareness to the situation, and I've said like, this is why you are not seeing results. This is why the things are happening. And then on the fourth story, I'm presenting the solution. I'm pitching, I'm leading with a call to action. So you can see that there is a strategic flow in how I'm structuring my Instagram stories. But it was the very first one that enabled me to make $10,000 cash in the DMs for an evergreen course without any sales calls in the DMs, right? Now, this exact strategy that I've just shared with you, you can literally go today and implement the exact same flow, okay? I know it works, and this is something that I teach over and over and over to all of my clients inside of my programs. Now, what I want to make this very evident and known to you is it's one thing to be able to market, and it's one thing to be able to create good content, but it's another thing to be able to convert that content into paying clients in the DMs or on a sales call, right? So many people that I come across, there's so many business owners and coaches and entrepreneurs that I talk to, and they have amazing content and their content looks great. They're doing all of the right things, but when it comes to the DMs and when it comes to sales, there are no sales or limited amount of sales. So what I want to be able to give to you at the end of this episode, the secret method to making sales, right? I want to show you exactly how you can turn that marketing content, this secret poll strategy and Instagram story sequence into actual sales in the DMs, because this is where everyone truly gets stuck. And I want to see you actually win. So what I want to give to you at the end of this episode is a 3-part training series. I'm going to give you a 3-part training series on how you can convert those Instagram stories, that one poll, that one gold winning poll, into sales. I'm going to show you exactly how you can make that $10,000 cash sale from one Instagram story poll. So in the show notes right down below, you're going to see a red hot link that is going to take you straight to this 3-part training series, and you're going to receive 3 special videos, okay? The very first video is going to be the vibe of closing sales in the DMs. The second video is going to be how to turn Instagram story viewers into high-paying clients. And then the third video is the DM conversation starter, how to not get ghosted, because I see this happen so much. Everyone always ends up getting ghosted or left on scene because they're unable to know how to effectively communicate with their audience, and all of a sudden they're trying to make sales and they're not really getting anywhere. And the goal is to be able to market and make more money, get more clients, and build a big business, right? So I'm gonna teach you in this 3-part training series how to actually turn those Instagram stories into sales in the DMs with this 3-part training series. Now, this is suitable for you if you wanna close in the DMs or you want to do sales calls. You can do either, okay? So all you need to do is click on the link in the show notes, and that's gonna take you exactly straight to this 3-part bundle that's gonna help you make more sales through Instagram stories. Now, as always, fam, if you loved this episode, please make sure that you give me a big thumbs up, and then make sure you hit that big subscribe button down below if you want to receive notifications every single week when I drop a new episode every Thursday. So until next time, fam, I will see you in the next episode.